welcome back to my YouTube channel. I still remain your boy David, and yeah, today we are back with another interesting video. And first I'll be answering questions that have been asked by some of y'all, and like, oh David, oh da 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 da. Da. So today we're looking at some questions on immigrants who just got into the United States, or those who are planning to come to the United States. You know what I'm saying? Like I told y'all in my videos, like I'm not an immigration attorney, and I'm not for real. So that means certain questions I won't be able to answer because I don't want to give y'all no wrong information. You know what I'm saying? And because I'm not into what do you call it, the immigration thingy. So my videos are just to encourage you first. Secondly, share my own experiences, like you know what I'm saying, across board, like everything I've been doing right since I got to the United States up until now, I'm gonna be sharing it with y'all. You feel me? So that's what my video is. So just to give you a head start, so you know that, oh, if this is not working, it's not because I'm the only one who's going through it. You know what I'm saying? So you're able to know what to do and what next to get ready for. So without wasting so much of your time, today I'll be answering some interesting questions, very key and interesting questions. Um, yes, so like I told you, when you get into the United States, it's a different ball game entirely. It's a different ball game entirely. So what exactly do I want to look at today? I'll be picking some questions from some of my subscribers who have, asked questions here and there that I never had time to type because it's a lot. Um, so I'll be answering those questions here. So I'll really appreciate if you can watch this video to the very end, share this video, like and subscribe so we can move this channel to at least get to like 1,000 subscribers, between now and the end of the year. Notwithstanding, I want to say a very big thank you to all of y'all who have been with me since day one, or who came to be part of this particular family. Y'all have been amazing, and I really do appreciate y'all. So watch this video, and I'll be posting another video that's going to help y'all, and I'll try as much as possible to be posting at least 2 videos whenever I get a chance to, because right now, like I told you, my newborn, I spent most of my week, my time, making sure that I become, the daddy of the house. You know what I'm saying? So because of my son, you know what I'm saying? So I spend more time um taking care of him in work and everything in between. But notwithstanding, I want to thank you all for all the messages and love that y'all have shown me so far. Thank you, guys, and let's get into the topic of the day. Like I said, today this video I'll be answering questions. So my first question comes in through one of my subscribers who said, "What type of work did you start doing?" Let's start from there. That's just asking me now, what type of work did I start doing when I got into the United States? Yeah, I'm like a few of you who have this dream that when you come into America, everything is just gonna be, solid. You know what I'm saying? When I say solid, like straight. You know what I'm saying? Like you just come and then boom, you hit the good job, and then you start living right and living your life like right. Well, I'm not gonna discourage any of you, but the first thing I'm gonna say is, if you have that thought at the back of your mind, erase it. It can happen. I'm not saying it's impossible, but take that out of your mind. Just make sure that you prepare yourself, that you're coming here to work, to start from the scratch. You feel me? Just prepare your mind that you're coming here to start from the scratch. That's the first thing you got to prepare your mind on. So when you get here, nothing will surprise you. You'll not be phased. I had that as part of my plan. I was like, as I'm coming here, I'm ready to start all over again. Even if in Nigeria I'd gone, I don't want to big up myself too much, but I was somewhere. You get what I'm saying? But I'm ready to come here and start all over again. That's how I viewed my life. So coming here, what type of work did I start doing? Like I said in all my previous video, I don't want to go back talking about papers. Just get your papers, right? If you don't know what the papers are, watch my previous videos. Okay? You will see where I talked about all the papers that you need. Feel me? Um, the first job I got was a job in a warehouse. You will not believe that job was the most physically demanding job I've ever done in my life. I mean, probably I've done a physically demanding job, but for a long stretch of time, I spent about almost 2 months there. The first day after work, I got home. I wanted to quit. I'm not telling you like, you know what, I have like, oh, what kind of job was that? You lazy, you know what I'm saying? No, it was really physically demanding. And I drank water because it was so hot in there. It was the summertime. Did that job the first day I got home. Oh, my body was aching. I barely could stand on my feet. But I woke up the next day. I'm like, do I want to stay home? Let me just go back there. I went. I kept doing that little by little. I got liked by the supervisors, but the job was just too hard. It was a warehouse where they make mattresses. If you've ever been to where they make mattresses, you will know those king size mattresses. Imagine you gotta flip that alone. You gotta flip that alone on a cart and push it to where it's being shipped. That's the kind of job that I did. So I'm not gonna sit up here and just tell you, oh, I did a fantastic job. It wasn't fantastic. So I had to do that to get by. That was my first job. And because I kept waking up every morning just to go and do whatever I can to make sure that some change is coming into my pocket. At the time, I didn't really need to do that because my wife was like, she was working a decent job, but I'm a man. I just cannot sit back and fold my arms. And meanwhile, after I got to the United States, I've been at home for about 3 months making mistakes on where to go get my papers, on where to do, making mistakes. I'm trying to make findings, trying to correct some of the mistakes that I made. You can feel me? So I've stayed 3 months without a job. You know how that feels. No money in your pocket. No, like you can't just call your, hey, honey, I need $20. Hey, honey, I need $100. You want to just buy some things for yourself. You don't want to call nobody. Get me? It's just like you just feel that you're old enough to be responsible at least for yourself. You feel me? So it just wasn't sitting right with me. I wake up every morning. I'm so bored. I don't really like what and stuff like that. So I had to go out and look for a job like that, and I started from there working at a warehouse. That was my first job. And she said, "Are you still working there?" No, I'm no longer working there. I work at the aviation sector right now. You feel me? It's a lot better than the warehouse, but it can be better. It can be a lot better. There are a lot of opportunities in the aviation sector. Um, so that's where I find myself now. I never stopped. While I was working at the warehouse, I kept on applying for other jobs. And when this interview came, I went. It took almost a month and 3 weeks before I finished all the um, hiring processes. Almost a week and a month and 3 weeks. That's how long it was. Because you have to go through background check. You got to do drug tests. You got to go for a lot of things before even the orientation. So it was a lot. It was a lot. I kept taking permission, and I just started working there. It was because the supervisors love me. Every time I get to work, I give my 110%. So they loved me, even though they weren't allowing other people to have the same opportunities. Like you can't just be calling in and be like, I can't come today. They just gonna write you. They're gonna give you a letter, and then the next time you're gonna get fired as somebody who's not consistent with your attendance. But with me, for some reason, they just love me. You know what I'm saying? I could have stayed there, but I knew that I won't be able to like sustain that job with my with the way it was physically demanding. I won't be able to sustain it, so I had to look for better alternative. Like I will beg you, when you're about to leave a job, don't just leave a job and go home and sleep. I mean, if you are cool with that, I don't have a problem. But I feel like when you're at the job, you are doing a job and you don't really like it, I prefer you look for something better. When you see something better, you leave here and move to the other one. That is how I love to flow. You feel me? So that was what it was. So I'm no longer working there. I'm working with the aviation sector right now. So the next one was, what was your experience like working in the US? From the two places I've worked so far, is quite crazy. I'm not gonna lie to you. Um, if you're coming from Africa, probably you never experienced what they call racism. So when you come here, make room for that to accommodate people, using racial slur on you, because you're not going to fight everybody, you feel me? So you just got to learn to absorb some and just move with your life, you get me? So there was nothing like that in Africa, like racism, like I mean, probably it's there, but it's not like common, you feel me? But here it is. And there is something as preferences. You get me? Like people prefer their people. For example, I'm sure you see parts of that in Africa though, but I'm just letting you know when you get here, some set of people prefer to have their own people there. So no matter how hard you work, you're not gonna get to some top places because they're always gonna prefer their own to be there first. So I was working really, really hard at the warehouse. Most of the supervisors like me, but guess what? When they had somebody an opening, they always call their own people to occupy that space. If not because of how most of them just like me and just will give me a little bit of those things to still have those little things coming to me, I probably wouldn't get nothing. Feel me? And then they fire people just at will. Feel me? It was crazy. So working in the U.S. is different. So I've worked with the Hispanic people and I've worked with the black people so far. And I'm gonna tell you for sure, if you come in here, you gotta let go of your ego. You gotta, if you're somebody who's short tempered, pray for patience because you will need a lot of that. You need loads and loads of patience. I'm not saying they are people. I'm just saying that the way that they relate is different from where you're coming from. You feel me? So when you're coming here, just get at the back of your mind that people gonna step on your toes, and because you know where you're going, don't do something stupid that's gonna put record on your um whatever you're like that's gonna attract record to you. Because once you have record here, I tell you, for the most part, you're not gonna get so many opportunities because they're all gonna always see you as the bad. They don't want to know who started it and who didn't start it. You cannot prove that no more. They're not gonna ask you to submit evidence of that no more. You feel me? So just make sure you stay in your circle. If you don't like something someone is doing to you, hey, just step out of the scene. Just move away. Be the fool for some time. Get me until you get what you want, and then you bounce back, go back to where you're coming from. If that's what you want to do, and establish yourself. If it's here, just gather as much money as you can to start whatever business you had in mind, and boom, you become the employer of people. I don't know how that face is over here when you start employing people over here, but I know that it's not easy for sure. Feel me? So I hope I've been able to answer some of your questions. And then someone else asked me like, "What did you do with your first paycheck?" Now that part is big, it's huge. My first paycheck, um, I didn't really. I went to I didn't really do much with it, but I knew that we went out to eat some seafood. It's my favorite. Ever since I've stepped into the United States and I've been going to this seafood place, that's where I usually go to. I love seafood a lot. Feel me? So seafood is like my go-to food anytime, any day. If you call me like, "Hey, David, let's hang out and eat some seafood," I'm gonna come with you for sure. You feel me? So um seafood was what I did with my first paycheck. I also sent some money back home for my family so they can, feel a little bit of, what I'm saying? So it was okay. My first paycheck wasn't that much. The good thing about that job, that warehouse job I was telling you, that I was being paid weekly. So it was so good because every week just like 500 coming into your account. I mean, for that it was good money. Don't play. Don't play, bro. You 500 is a good money per week. Not the best, but it's a good money for sure. Because there are a lot of people who are doing jobs that pay them $10 per hour. There are people who are doing job paying them $9 per hour, and they can't make that in a week. They probably make like 270 something per week. You feel me? So I was like, they're making half of that per week or less, or some a little bit more. No, not a little bit more. They make a little bit more than half of that. Yeah, per week. So that's what it is. In my first job, the warehouse job paid me $15 per hour. So it was good. It's good for a start. I'm not saying whatever you're doing, if you're paying you $10 per hour where you are for a start, just know it's a start. Don't start comparing yourself like, ooh, but when David got here, he started doing the job of spending 15. I'm sure there's some people who came here and their first job paid them 18, 20, 21, $30. You feel me? So I won't compare myself to them, you know what I'm saying? Because I know where I'm going. Yeah, so you know where you're going. So whatever you have now, hold on to it while you search for something better. That's what I want to share with y'all. And someone else asked me a decent question. Like I said, I want to answer most of the question. I'm trying to be fast, my guy. Someone asked me another question. It's like, how do you meet your spouse? Well, I think I've shared that in most of my videos. How did I meet my spouse? I met my spouse through a family friend. You feel me? I met my spouse through a friend, and not on chat or whatsoever, because I don't do all of that. I don't care about meeting people through chat or whatsoever. Yeah. So the rest is history. That's how we started. And let me just leave this little tip down here before I go. Let me see. Yeah, so when you come into the United States, is the ball game is a little bit the goalpost is a little bit different. You got to be smart. You got to be you got to learn to ask questions, even if it's stupid. Even if they look at you like you're stupid, but whatever you're not clear about, make sure you ask questions. Don't just keep quiet and fold your arms if you don't understand, because then you might just be losing out on a lot. You feel me? And then make sure you hold the ground. Make sure you hold yourself real tight. You feel me? Don't be somebody don't be a pushover, but at the same time, don't be aggressive. Just make sure you're able to, stay within a circle that you command respect still. Feel me? Um, don't be in a rush. That's how I would just say. Don't be in a rush to make big money. You feel me? Because when you're too in a haste to make big money, you might end up in trouble. That will take away every opportunity that you're supposed to have. You feel me? Just make sure that as you come in here, you make up your mind, brace yourself. You get me? Broke up those little knuckles of yours. You feel me? So make sure you get to work. You're gonna make it still. It's a lot like here. I would say it's a lot better here than back home for one or a few reasons. One, here you can get a job. You get me? So you can get a job easily here. Not easily, but at least better, easier than back home. But the difference is you are going to work. It's not like, oh, I'm not with my family. You're gonna go, but you're not gonna get paid for that day you didn't go to work for sure. You feel me? So every day you miss work, you miss out on your paycheck. You miss out on so many things on your paycheck. Feel me? So that's what it is. Imagine me, I work 10-hour shifts. So if I miss work for 2 days, that's 20 hours. Calculate 20 hours out of my paycheck. What am I gonna be having left? Peanuts. You feel me? So that's what it is. You get me? So yeah, I hope with this few questions I've been able to answer. Some of you, if you have questions like that, just let me know. Just hit me up and let me know. And yeah, I just want to share a lot of bunch of little things here and there. If you come into the United States, you need a car to be able to move around. You feel me? Because you cannot go. It depends on where you live. If you live on some part of the town where you have metro buses, man, you're kind of good. You get me? Because you're gonna catch the bus and go to work and back home. But in some places, you don't have those metro buses, so you gotta have a car. You get me? So if you want to go into getting a car or whatsoever, I'm gonna be sharing that video with y'all later on. You get me? When I have more information about it, I'm gonna share it with y'all. Or some of you have been here for a while who know see that, oh, okay, David, this and this. You can also leave your comments in the comment section. People can also read and learn from it. Like I will tell you, America is not bad. America is not heaven. Still, that means don't expect the unexpected. So you don't get disappointed. Oh, I came here. I thought I was gonna be picking money on the street. You're not gonna see that for sure. You're not gonna see none of that. Feel me? And when you come here, just make sure that you break up those feasts. What I mean by that, I mean break those feasts up by working. You get what I'm saying? Don't become somebody who just want to sit home and cross your leg and watch TV, because the bills are crazy. They come thick and fast. Feel me? So before you close your eyes and open it, bills, sleep bills, wake up bills, eating bills, turning on the fan, bill, turning on the TV, bill, walking on the street, bill, driving your car, bill. Everything is bills here. So that's why most of the people you have here ain't able to send none of y'all things back home. And you be like, oh, that my sister just forgot us. No, it's not like that. Oh, that my brother just changed. It's not like that, because when you get here, you will see the money, but you cannot touch it. It's going back to a lot of people. So you basically working for people until you get a job that pays you real, 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 real good. That's when you can have something for yourself. So up until then, everybody just gotta hold their own. Feel me? Thank you guys. Watch my next video on how to manage a long distance relationship.